Okay. Do you have a good view? Hello, guys. How do you do? Permit me, but we're going to have a good one tonight. I know that it's not the typical one. We're trying to just, make this all the better, every day. Um, all right. So we have to make do with what we got. But hold on 1 second. Okay. Yes, here we are. Okay. So welcome to the table of men. This is not the typical way, but we're going to keep, tweaking this and looking for ways to make it better. Tonight, at the table of men, I must remind you to get your glasses. I got smoothie in here. We're taking it healthy, so hey, whatever you love to drink, please get your glass, and then let's meet here at the table of men to talk. There's so much to talk about. Tonight on this episode, we're talking about what makes a man tick. So I'm gonna take a sip and then we get right into it. So the beauty of it is we are we're supposed to kind of examine what makes a man tick. What can women do to to keep their man? What makes men feel loved? I think that's like the simple question. What makes a man feel loved? It will do us a world of good to maybe get a grip of this. I'm not sure even most men really understand what it is that makes them feel loved, right? So, our job here tonight is to get a grip on what it is that makes men feel loved. Why, like, what's going to make a man um, so into his spouse or his wife or his woman, such that everything she's saying, everything she's doing, is making so much sense. It's hitting the nerves, touching the real spots, And I truly believe that our business here tonight will be much like a huge salvation to a lot of relationships, families, perhaps. And I'm truly hopeful that at the end of this session, maybe in like 30 minutes time, we should have typically hit the nail on the head. So guys, here we are. Let's go for it. All the gentlemen that are all over the place, wherever you are, let me know what you think. I want to know. I'm not the one telling the women what it is, what it is that makes us tickle. I'm not the one telling the women, but I'd like to hear from you guys. If you are able, uh, find a way to leave a comment in the comment section. I'll surely be picking up the comments as they come in. So please let me know that you're here. Send me a wave, send me a love emoji, whatever. Let's know you're here. Let's know you're part of this. Don't mind my back. See, we are still freestyling, still trying to get a grip of this. When we started on Instagram too, that's how it was. Like we had a lot of testing, trying to fine tune the whole show. This wasn't the background last week, so we're trying to expand it. Make it better one way or the other. So let's just keep up the flow, and hopefully we get to hit something good, right? If you're at the table already, remember at the table of men, you must have a glass. Men don't gather to talk without drinks or something to drink at the table. Yeah. So guys, cheers. I was in Abuja some time ago and I had this Arabian tea. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, imagine a table of men, an episode of Table of Men live where we have about 40, 50 men and everybody has Arabian tea in front of them with lime and sipping and talking and with chicken, barbecue and what have you. And we're talking for the next 1 hour, 2 hours about some interesting stuff like this. Believe me, these are the kind of stuff that we want to see. Yeah, these are the kind of stuff we want to see. So, as much as it's within your your power. Please make sure you have something to drink. Talks are always exciting, better when we have something to drink. So come on, let's talk about this. So I know that a lot of women, I don't know if there's any man, a married man, whose wife or spouse has not, in the last 5 years or maybe 10 years of their marriage, told him that she is not sure whether he loves her or not, because she keeps doing this, she keeps doing that, she keeps doing this, she keeps doing that, but it does not look as if the man is, is excited about her. She doesn't know if he really appreciates her, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you are a Superman here, and for amazing reasons, your spouse has never told you that. I mean, you need to tell us the secret. You need to tell us the secret. I know that virtually every man has had that experience. So, my drift here is there's something that women are perhaps not getting. Like they are doing everything possible, trying to ensure that they are, spot on. I don't know. Do I want to raise this? Can I? Let me try. Let me try. I feel if I raise this, we're gonna have something better on there on screen, maybe. Okay, it looks a bit better, isn't it? Yes, I think this makes more sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I don't know. I hope you can really see that logo behind there. I don't know if it's too bright, but we'll make do with it and then we'll improve on it subsequently. Okay. So I am the culprit. Okay. Now I think it's better now. All right. Fine. Well, right behind me there I have family photos. So if you think the family photos are very nice, then so be it. But I'm going to give myself, you know, a little bit of a something. Okay, I guess you guys can see my face well enough. All right, so I'm just going to try to. Do I want to do this? I know, don't mind me, don't mind me, guys, don't mind me. I'm just trying to make sure that we are all good, and that we can all see ourselves as we should. So let's talk about what makes a man tick. Guys, I need your comments in the comment section. On here, please let me see you in the comment section. What do you think? What makes a man tick? I need insights. I need your ideas. I need your thoughts. Because I'm not the one who's going to tell everybody, oh, yes, interesting conversation. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Let me know what you think, my brother. GB Olayemi, quite an interesting time. It's been quite a while. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I know that one of the things that makes a man tick, perhaps maybe in my experience, is the fact that a lot of men actually are drawn to a woman who makes them feel special. Guys, we have already 5 people on. Okay, let's keep coming, keep coming. Invite guys. Let's have this conversation. So I know that a lot of men are drawn to women who make them feel special. You know, let me give an example. If your spouse, if your wife has been um, treating you like a regular person, just normal, like you're just there, nothing big, nothing spoiled. But then you meet this person who treats you like you are the whole world. You know, she's um she's she's um she's treating you with so much importance. She's buying you some unusual gifts. She's doing stuff, and you begin to feel like, excuse me. I remember one time. Let me just digress a bit. I remember one time I was working with Prince Fuwe at the time, and Praise said that what is it that makes a man park a Cadillac at home and run after Okada on the road? Hmm. And that is generally a typical explanation of what happens with a lot of people, where we have men who pack a Cadillac at home, like this, their wife is, mwah, all in all, super figure eight, well behaved, beautiful, name it. She's the bomb. She's the woman that perhaps every man wants to be with. But this guy now finds himself running after a what we could call Okada. When there is a Cadillac parked at home, what will make a man leave the Cadillac at home and be jumping bike around? It could be a number of things, a number of factors. I believe that one of it is the fact that the Cadillac does not uh, exude as much value as the bike, or the Cadillac does not provide as much adventure, yes, as much memories as the bike. I want to say this for all the women who may be listening right now, or who may be, listening at a later time. Men are risk risk takers by nature. Like we have an affinity for risk. We we have a love for danger. Let me say danger. And the uncertain. If as a woman you do not plug into, I'm not saying you should become dangerous yourself, right? But I mean, like, appreciate what it is that he finds in danger. Get in sync with what makes a man excited, in danger. Like what it is that he's always finding in danger. You need to get into it. Create memories with him, shared memories. Trust me, one of the things that makes a man most feel most valued are shared experiences. And these are shared experiences in the light of some things that stick in his memory. When he thinks about those things, those memories that he's had, the person that he sees in the middle of those experiences is the person that he wants to bond with, he wants to spend time with, right? If all that you do as a woman is to talk about, school fees, we need to pay house rent, we need to buy food in the house. I'm not saying these things are not important. No, not that. I'm not saying these things are not valid. No, but can you get into a man's world? Get into his world. There are certain things that he finds interesting, that he considers to be there's some things that he considers to be, you know, things of importance, things that, oh, I turned off the light. Things that he would want to, relieve again and again. Can you get into that frame with him? Like, can you get into that frame such that I think I like this? It looks better. Yeah. So can you get into that frame and relish the experience, relish the moments with him? I tell you, the things that women believe to be the things that makes a man tick are really not. I've heard people say that men are the simplest creatures God ever made, and it's true. Man, we don't have wala. We don't have wala. See, it's the little simple things. Thank you, GB. Thank you, GB. Olayemi says the Okada can take him to his destination faster than the Cadillac, and not everywhere you go with Cadillac. When you are involved in the things that trips him, well, yes, trip him. Get involved in the things that trip him. Men need to be tripped. If a man is interested in tech, and the woman that he loves doesn't want to have anything to do with tech, all that she wants to get involved with romance movies, just wants to watch Romeo and Juliet, all those Indian love movies. You know the way those movies are. That's all that she wants to spend. She just wants to be in her own world, spend time. And you want this man. This man is going to be deep down in tech, writing codes. He's not saying write the codes. He's not saying learn to write the codes. But can you show some interest? Can you be a part of that, that moment, that experience of him, doing that thing? Ask questions about it. What does this code mean? What are you trying to write? Okay, what does this particular part of the code mean? This environment where you write the code, what's it like? I don't write codes, but I know a little bit about coding. No, like, get involved. When you get involved, trust me, he will value you. He will always remember you as that person who is in his world, who understands him. Men, if you can have the patience to teach your wife or talk to your spouse about this, it will help a great deal. Trust me, it will help a great deal because she will find value. And I hope she really listens, right? I hope she listens because every man needs shared memories, shared experiences. Women listening or will listen to this, you need to create shared memories with your husband, with your spouse. He's not going to bring his memories to you. No, he's not. You need to get into it. You need to get into his world. A man is trained by default to be a loner, and you must understand that he will always, he will always play alone. He can be in his domain by himself for as long as possible. He's surely not going to likely, come out to say, "Oh, yo, come on, come on, come on, come on." If he does that, trust me, that man loves you. Like, that man loves you too much if he does that. So I need you ladies to understand that a man, would have you in his space, in his world, but you have to show interest. You have to show that you are interested, like you are passionate about it. It's when you show that interest that he brings you in, and he will not forget you so fast. For men who like vehicles, like bikes and all of that, some women, I don't know, just feel like, why would I go and sit on a bike with him? Like, sit on a bike and then we'll just be on the bike, you know. But hey, can you get on that bike with him? Like, get on the bike and it could be a Kawasaki, you know, a power bike, Kawasaki, and then you are and the bike, and then you grab him and he, that experience. Trust me, he's not going to forget you. He's going to always cherish the moments that he spent with you on that bike. I have just tried to give a few examples of some things that men enjoy doing, but I feel women do not want to get involved in those things because they feel, I mean, no, 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 no. I want just, do the soft side of life kind of thing. But it doesn't work that way. What makes a man tick is just, I like the little things, the very little things. Show him that you appreciate him. Show him that you value him. Show him that you are excited about him. That you are interested in what is important to him, and he will embrace you with all that he's got. He will draw you in with his entire heart. These are the things that make a man tick. Let me add one more thing that makes a man tick. My brother, I'm still waiting to hear from you. What makes a man tick, in your opinion? All right. Another thing that makes a man tick is, I don't know whether it is okay for me to be saying this one here, but okay, before I say this one, let me say another one. What makes a man tick? Touches. Touches. A lot of women are usually not intentional about how they touch their men. Let me tell you something. There's a way that a woman touches a man that makes him feel powerful. For example, I'll give you one example. There's a way that you can wrap, as a woman, you can wrap your arm, your entire arm around his his humerus, this place. You see this place? This place. Yes. That's where you can wrap your arm, around his arm here, wrap your entire arm around his arm and rest your head on it, on his arm. It makes a man feel powerful. He feels like a cushion, like a support to you. And that feeling of being a support to this woman that he loves makes him feel important. It's very little low. This thing I'm saying is very, very little. But it makes him feel important. It makes him feel important. When a woman touches a man like that, that is just one touch that I can mention. Like, and these are non-sexual touches, right? These are non-sexual touches. So these are the kind of touches that a man feels, and he feels so valuable. He feels so important. And you're wondering, does it make any sense? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does a lot. It does a big deal. So making a man feel wanted, feel needed. Ah, my goodness. These are the things that, make a man tick. They're not, the big gifts. So you can buy him a Cadillac. He will appreciate it. He'll be like, wow, no woman has ever bought this for me. But I bet you it will soon fade from his memory. Yeah, it will soon fade from his memory. Give him 3 months. Maybe 3 months is even too much. Give him 1 month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It will fade from his memory, very likely. Likely fade from his memory. But, the really simple things, showing up at his office with lunch. Ha. Hey, see, they show it in movies a lot, right? But it is a hack. It's a hack. It's a hack that your spouse or your babe shows up in your office with lunch. My goodness, she must have been thinking about me. Even if she can't come, she sent lunch. And the lunch does not have to be expensive, my dear. Like, it's the thoughtfulness behind it that shows that he's important. He's the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Abby, maybe because I feel this thing works. Like, it really, really works. It really works. So can you demonstrate to this man that you value him? I'll tell you what. My wife wakes up very early in the morning, say 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., to prepare lunch for me. And then, packs it up in a bag, packs it up in a lunch bag that she bought for me. And the beauty of it is this lunch bag, when I looked at it, I realized that it's expensive. Like, I'm coming. So she got this lunchbox, an expensive lunchbox. She wakes up at 4 a.m. every single day, puts together the lunch, my lunch for me, makes a little breakfast as well, packs it up, and then I get it and I go with it to the office. Do you know the beauty of it is? When I get to the office, I have a lot of people, especially ladies, admiring me in the office and saying, wow, Mr. Adeleke, your wife tried to. And another one is the days when she gives me little rice and, with stew, she puts the stew in a separate plate, a separate bowl. The rice stays in one plate, the stew stays in a separate bowl. And so when I'm bringing out my lunch to microwave it, I see the way, people look at me, and somebody once looked at me like, hey, your wife is trying, She even put the stew separately from the rice. Let me tell you, of all the people that I have ever seen in my workplace bring lunch, particularly the men, none of them has been served like that. All of them, none of them has been served like that. Every single one of them, the stew is on top of the rice. The stew is on top of the rice. And I don't just get it. I'm wondering, like, is this the norm? Is this supposed to be so? No. And guess what that does? It makes me feel so valued. I feel like special. Like, are you kidding me? So I am treated differently. And because of that, I I feel, you know, I feel valued. I feel valued because of that. So there's something very unique about those little things that makes a world of difference. And I need ladies who are, who will watch this or who are watching this currently to understand that the things that makes this man that you love tick are not extraordinary things. They're simple things, thoughtful things, things that when you look at it, you're going to be wondering, like, it didn't mean much, but it meant a lot to him. Let me add one more: respect. Let me tell you, all this alpha woman nonsense, it does not matter. Oh, it does not matter. A man does not have a problem with a woman being alpha. Achieve the whole world, right? Achieve the whole world, right? If you like, achieve the whole world, you know, um, get the biggest, make the biggest money, and what have you. But please do everything to ensure that you show this man regard. Show him regard. Make him feel dignified. Treat him with respect. If you tamper with that respect, you have crashed everything. Trust me, every man at the table tonight can testify to this, that respect, respect, and I dare say the word reverence, respect is one of the things that makes a man tick the most. Trust me, that respect, that reverence will show in the way you do things. What I just said about my wife serving stew separately from rice when she's packing lunch for me is an expression of regard, respect. Like, I'm not like, she's not serving me the way, in quote, the gate man would have been served. You have put the gate man's food, put the stew on top, put the meat on top, and then give it to the person. And then the gate man would go and eat. No long thing, no holds barred, right? But we're talking about your husband here. You can't afford to treat him, or you can't afford to treat him the way you would have treated a gate man. You cannot serve his, you cannot pack his clothes that way. You can't. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, this regard, this respect will rub off on how you do things, how you talk to him, how you express things. There's a way to present issues that makes him feel, she reasoned well before, before bringing this up. What I'm just saying is, if you treat a man with respect, he will love you. He will regard you. He will value you. And that respect is one thing that a lot of women struggle with, and I don't know why. If you ever choose to ever get married, realize and accept that this respect, there's no way out of it. Though you must respect him. If not, you're going to be having two men in the house. And when you have two men in the house, it has finished. That's no longer a marriage. That's now a brotherhood. And a man does not want a woman in the brotherhood. No man wants a woman in the brotherhood. So please treat him with respect. Treat him with respect. Treat him with respect. If you respect your man, your husband, there's a way that he will carry you on his head like this. He will be all out for your interests, looking out for what is important to you all the time. You need to understand that Men are very simple creatures. We don't have much wahala, to be honest. Just just do those simple things, the little simple things, the simple and important things. Those are the things that matter the most. If a man knows that, regardless of how high his woman rises, she would always regard him. She would always treat him with respect, with dignity. I tell you, I kid you not, he's going to be your number one cheerleader. He's going to be your number one supporter. He's going to go head over heels to ensure that you become more powerful than you have ever been. He's going to push you, into spaces, push you before people. Please, women, let me just add this one. Don't never ever let your man think for one day that if you if you rise into places where you're going to meet men who appear to be more powerful than him or who are even more powerful or richer than him, then you're going to start, getting carried away by their attention. Then you begin to neglect him. The moment once a man starts feeling that he just has, I don't want to call it bad will, but he just has reservations for your success. And I can tell you, it is difficult for any one person who is married to succeed absent their spouse's full support. And this goes both ways. Men too need to ensure that their wives are secure in their love. Today we're not talking about what men should do, right? We're talking about women, what women need to do, what women need to know. And it's important that we establish this fundamentals. So please, you want your man to love you, you want him to adore you, to treat you, like whoo. And then I think the last thing I will talk about here that makes a man tick. There are quite a number. Eulogy. Eulogize him. There's no man who does not like to be magnified. Every man loves to be magnified. Every time you talk down at your man, you are distancing yourself from him. You are pushing him out. You are ripping yourself out of his heart. Man, no. And you know what's funny? A woman outside sees sees immense value in this same man. And while the Cadillac at home is talking down at him, speaking of him like a wretched thing, speaking of him like a regular human, a regular man, just another man, comparing him with other men, and making fun of him, throwing bants at him. The other woman out there, the Okada in quotes, may not even be as fine as you, may not even have your figure. Her skin may not be as supple as yours. There are other women out there, treats him like her king, treats him like her lord, treats him with regard. When she wants to serve him food, she serves him with the best dishes in the house, in her house. You know, when she's greeting him, she greets him. When she sees him, the way she greets him, receives him with a warm embrace, right? Receives him with a warm embrace. Oh, well, welcome my love, or welcome my king, or what have you, and whatever it is that she calls him. Takes his bag, helps him, losing his tie if he's wearing a tie when he gets back. Helps him, takes his jacket from him. She treats him, but the Cadillac at home opens the door. You're welcome. She goes back into the kitchen. Please, I need you to help me. Please help me get this. Excuse me, can you calm down? I'm not saying you shouldn't help you, but can you at least realize and acknowledge that somebody just entered the house? Your king just entered. Your man just entered. It's not just another person. He just entered. Can you kiss him good evening? Kiss him, welcome. Embrace him. He's had the whole world. Yes, I understand that you are also working too. You had a long day yourself. No doubt about that. But remember, for the most part, only a few men, and I think statistics can prove this, that only a few men ever ask their wives to work to bring money home. Only a few ever do. Most men are content with their wives taking care of the house, looking after the children, keeping running the house, ensuring that the house is running, is operational. And then they can come home to meet the family that they have gone to make sacrifices for. Of course, I mean, he will very likely be happy to invest in the business for you, but something that you can control so that you can make it home early enough. I personally don't even like seeing children out in the shop at 8 p.m. or just going home at 8:30 with their school bag because they were in the shop with their mom. In my head, I'm like, what are they doing there? What are they doing till 7 p.m.? And these children are going to go to school the next morning. Come on. No, 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 no. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. So I believe that most men are actually content having their wives take charge of the home, take charge of the house. See to it that everything runs well, the children are well taken care of, and all of that. Only a few men will ever ask their wives to work. So the scenario of a woman working by the demand of the man is a minority situation. But for the majority, most men are content. But because today every woman wants to work, she wants to build a career, no problem. But if you're going to build a career, please do not let the things that are important to you suffer. Because when you allow it suffer, you still come back to complain to say, "Oh, he does not love me. He does not treat me. He doesn't treat me specially." The man tries to do that, but perhaps his love tank is empty. He doesn't even feel like you know. But when you find a man who is having extramaritals, you perhaps want to find out what is it about that woman that keeps him going back there. What is it about that woman that makes him, that makes him keep, jumping back in? We're not even going to talk about sex because that's even another topic entirely. Yes, it can make a man tick, but sex has never been proven to hold a man down, to keep a man, uh, in and coming. Never lock the man down with that. I'm not in history, not in history, not in history. For a man, it's momentary, it's adventurous. So he can have it from here and then he's looking out for the next opportunity elsewhere. So it's not even a factor. I would have wanted to make it a factor. I wish I could make it a factor, but it's not a factor, right? So can you just, look at the very things that we've spoken about already? Like these things they're not hard. They're simple things. But I believe that women find a lot of these things difficult to embrace. They feel like they're the most difficult things in this world, but they are not. So I'm going to round up here. Women, what makes a man tick are the most simple things. And for anybody who has a man engaged in extramarital affairs, before you fight that person, I want to advise. Do your research. Find out what exactly is it about that person that makes this man of yours keep going after them. There's something that they bring to the table that you do not offer. Yeah. It's like I'm eating at this restaurant and then I suddenly stop eating at this restaurant and I start going to this other restaurant. If this other restaurant is fighting me for going to another restaurant to go and eat, is their problem. They should actually be asking, what is it about that other restaurant that makes this person start going there or keep going there? It's it's the answer to that question that will help you unlock your man again. So, what is it that this woman on the woman outside, or the other woman? What is it about the other woman that this man keeps going after? Find out. Find out. If you can identify the woman, please don't go and fight her. Go to her, make friends with her, and ask her, oh, how do you keep your man? What do you do? Observe. If possible, ask her to, put her phone on, to set a camera, to show how she relates with him and all of that, and then get the video and watch it. It's hard to do, but I tell you, this is one of the things that a lot of women whose husbands are engaged in extramarital affairs are not even getting. There is something that is being served on the other end, outside there, that you're not serving. Adventure. Adventure. Men are adventurous. Into the adventure with him. Come up with spontaneous moments. Spontaneity. Not the regular food all the time. Oh, rice and beans, rice and swallow. And can you be spontaneous sometimes? Like just go out of the blues. Come up saying, hey, I'm taking you out today. I'm gonna spoil you silly. And take him out somewhere. Somewhere he would like not just expect. Women, your husband is always driving. Can you drive him one day? I know this one may have some issues with it too, but if he permits, like if he's open to it, can you drive him? Especially if he has been asking you to drive. You know, most women want to just sit on the driver's side, I mean on the passenger side or beside, and then be driven. Can you drive him? Can you make him feel, special? Just spontaneity. Spontaneity. So this is it. I started by saying that what makes a man park a Cadillac at home and run after Okada on the street is something that demands attention, maybe research, demands study from you as a woman. Men, let me speak to you a bit. Educate your woman. Most likely, your wife has never been married before. She does not know what it is. She does not understand how a man thinks yet enough. Educate her on on your psychology, your psyche. Help her understand your psyche. Help her understand how you think, what goes on up here. Help her understand it. If she understands it, it will be better for both of you. Additionally, you know that you are not the same for life. A man changes or transforms not like let's say every 3, 4, 5 years. You know, every time you become a different man, can you educate your wife about the man you have become? Help her understand the man that you have become. Help her understand this new man that she's still married to, right? So that she knows how, what changes to make and how to make adjustments in her thinking about you, her planning about you, the areas where she needs to slow down. Maybe recently my wife has been saying that that maybe it's because because of age, I'm now more traditional. Truth is, I've always been, but maybe it's more valuable right now. It's more important now. Like the values run deeper right now, you know. Because lately I keep talking about the things that our fathers, our fathers, grandfathers had been doing, and perhaps still do, that the West is just learning and presenting as discoveries. Absolutely not. For example, I'll give this example. For example, I was asking my wife, should it is it better for a woman to lie on her back to deliver a baby, or in a slanting position, right? So should a woman be in this position like this to give birth, possibly like this, but maybe because we don't want the child to fall on the ground, like this, stand position like this, or like this to give. Something she had learned from some midwives. And I realized that what majority of the midwives actually said supported the slant position. But Western medicine teach. Flat, lay flat on your back. And then they're asking you to push a baby out horizontally when the baby should be pushed diagonally. The forces of gravity, the force of gravity providing assistance to the movement of the child. But flat, nothing. It doesn't make sense. So it looks as if I am now more traditional, right? But it's not that I'm more traditional. It's just that my thoughts are now like towards this direction, right? So your men, we keep changing from time to time. Women, your man keeps changing. You need to learn the new man that you are married to. You need to learn the the new way he's thinking. You need to appreciate it. And men, when these changes happen, educate your spouse. Let your wife know that, oh, this is the new way, this is the new difference, this is how it is now. And everybody will be fine with that. So please, on that note, I want to just reiterate, please, shared memories, shared experiences shared services, but shared experiences are invaluable to a man. Shared experiences. Spend time with him doing the things that he enjoys. Share those moments together. Get involved, ask questions, contribute, and then treat him with respect. Touch, touch, non-sexual touches. There's a way that you touch your man that he will feel valued, he will feel wanted, he will feel, important to you. Eulogy, very, very important. Eulogize him. Tell him how amazing he is. Thank him. Express gratitude. It goes a long way for the little things, especially. Oh, he drove you out to the groceries to get something. Appreciate it. Say thank you. Oh, he got you a little gift. Appreciate him. He sent you money, for the house to buy things to stock up the house. Appreciate him for it. Trust me, not all men can do it. Yours can, and he is doing it. Some can, but are not. So, please, just eulogy. Appreciate him. Use kind words, friendly words, encouraging words. Do not talk down at him. It will stick in his brain for a very long time. He will hardly forget. Hardly forget. And then finally, spontaneity. Be spontaneous. Be spontaneous. In the other room, be spontaneous too. Not just the regular way, not the regular pattern, not the regular frequency, not the regular steps. From this one to this one to this one to this one till you hit the mountain top. No, 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 no. It doesn't always have to be like that. Be spontaneous. Spontaneity takes a man on an adventure. Spontaneity takes a man on an adventure. If a man if a man realizes that there's a tendency, a high probability that he will have an adventure with you when he sees you, when there are experiences with you, he will always have you in his mind. You will always be like first line of thought for him. He will always be looking forward to spending time with you. And I mean, spontaneity is not. I'm not talking about spontaneity just in the Zaoza room. There are other ways to be spontaneous. Be spontaneous with food. Be spontaneous with food. Be spontaneous with schedule for the day, for the weekend. Be spontaneous about a lot of things. Try. I'm not saying it should be every moment, but once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, as often as you can, be spontaneous. Spontaneity is fuel for men. Fuel for men. All right. On that note, we gotta call it a wrap. Thank you, everyone who joined. I know I cannot see your faces. I can't see your faces. I can't even decipher who is here watching us tonight, joining us tonight. But please know that I appreciate every single one of you who has joined us tonight for the Table of Men. I hope you had your glass with you. I had this very lovely smoothie made by my wife, of course. And looking forward to having the next episode. We have so much to talk about this year. Huggy Monday is coming soon in June. We're getting ready for that. If you would like to join us, you're welcome. We'll be putting out information about it on our Instagram handle and perhaps here on YouTube as well. So please look out for it. We look forward to having you join us wherever you are. We're likely going to be spreading to the UK, to Canada, Abuja, Lagos, and then we see how far that takes us. So thank you, everyone. Have a good evening and have the best of experiences. Bye-bye.